Oh, hello guys. This is DMA, Dungeon Master Alex. I guess you're wondering what's inside this storage box. Well, I don't know if you can see, but this is only the beginning. So as you can see, the box is pretty full of stuff. But that's okay. You know, I was actually not able to fit everything in it. So the one that was on top, I'd have to put in some sort of other storage container. Yet everything else is inside the box. And what this is it represents a trap of sorts, or a puzzle. And that puzzle is right here in these instructions. I keep them all together. So I made all these pieces, and basically all the pieces were made out of these kind of bottles. So I took the bottle, you know, like this, and I cut off the bottom of it, so that you were only left with, I don't know if you can see that, but contrast, you're only left with the top. And then I used that to create these items. So these are representing stone pedestals, and essentially you can see kind of the form of it, and here's the bottom of the bottle itself underneath, but it's kind of covered over with various caverny and rock looking materials. And then as you can see, it's kind of, there is a kind of a watery sort of base. So, and that's going to figure into the puzzle trap that I'm going to spring on my player characters. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this out, and I'll show you the whole thing once it's laid out, and then I can explain it. So I created this trap puzzle based on something that I saw on the People's DM on YouTube. So, and I basically figured out with my, I'm going to kind of cover it up so that if my players watch this video, they won't know exactly what it is. But I basically created all the rules for the trap puzzle, and then I put them in all together and wrote it out exactly how it would go. And it's just basically on this piece of paper right here, connected together along with some portions that allowed me to work out all the details. So once I had done that, basically I just had to do a lot of crafting and put things together. So as you can see, I've got some nice pillars, and they're all suspended in, I mean, they're not suspended, but they're based in a watery cavern. So, and don't forget, you can actually reuse things like this. Like this right here, this can be repainted even, or repurposed to some other thing to represent, stone spires in a gorge or something like that. And all you have to do is repaint the base, and then you can just clean it off and repaint it again. So these things can be reused, but for now, I'm just going to use it as a trap. So for these basic columns or pillars, I've got 4 that I'm showing you right now, but there's actually 17. So those are all in here. So there's 17 of those. And then I've got a couple of unusual pillars that go along with the puzzle trap. So this is the one, this one right here, and as you can see, there's a little bit of difference in height, and that's going to figure in with skill checks, acrobatics, and jumping and stuff like that. And I'll show you the final configuration a little bit later in the video. But this one represents basically a spiral staircase that's coming up to this pillar, and it's a much bigger pillar than the other ones, as you can see. But it comes up, and this represents so that the players can actually kind of walk up. So as you can see, I've got some little figurines here to kind of give scale. You know, the players are walking up the stairs, and they come up to this pillar, and they enter this large cavern. And this is the huge cavern. This will be in the center of the trap puzzle that they have to try to figure out. And so it's this kind of real challenge. And you can kind of see that, you know, you can fit a whole party basically on this space right here. But the other ones are a little bit more complicated and a little more difficult to settle, you know, players on. So it might be a little bit, you know, whoops. So I just dropped one of the characters. But I tried to make it, you know, as flat as possible, you know, for the players to be able to sit. So, but it's not easy, and they may not all be able to get on those pillars together, although they have to try to keep together. So yeah, so it's going to be difficult for them to accomplish this puzzle, but they're going to have to do it. And so this is one of the unusual ones where they come up the stairs. And then there's a couple of others that represent, well, I'm not going to talk about exactly what it is, but as you can see, it's something metallic and it's built into the stone. So there's that. And then there's finally this fourth kind of pillar, this fourth unusual pillar that has a metallic cross on it. And they're going to have to figure out what kind of trap or puzzle they're in. See part 2 in the next video.